Venkateshari Vedantacharya Vadyume Sannidhattam Sada Hridi Kesavarya Kripapatram Desamadhi Guna Namam Sri Shadari Desanam Desigendra Maham Praje Prapadye Niravadyanam Nishadyam Gunasampadam Sharanam Bhavitanam Shatakopamuneeswaram Sri Ranganatha Sadakopayati Indradrushtam Lakshmi Narasimha Shadak Karunaikapatram Sri Rangavira Raghurat Sadakopahadayam Vedanta Desiketi Indramaham Prapatye Srimat Rangasadari Samyavara Laptagamantatpayam Srimat Veera Rahutvatya Sadat Padaravindaashriyam Srimat Vedavadam Sadesigade Karunya Vikshaspadam Seve Rangadurina Sasanavasam Narayanam Yoginam Vedanta Desigeti Indra Kataksha Labda Trayanta Saramanavadyam Gunam Budagrayam Narayana Dyeti Durya Kripabhijiktam Sri Ranganadeti Jaykramashrayamaha Srimate Srivanchadagopa Sri Vedanta Desigeti Indra Mahadesikaya Namaha Srimate Sri Lakshmi Narasimha Divya Padaka Sevaka Srivanchadagopa Sri Narayana Yeti Indra Mahadesikaya Namaha Srimate Srivanchadagopa Sri Ranganatha Yatindra Mahadesikaya Namaha. Welcome all. Thank you for joining here today. We're going to cover in detail the story of Trishanku. It has been taken from the Itihasas and it is also mentioned in several Puranas. What we're going to do is first, I just want to validate as we go through this. Everybody aware of what the Itihasas are, I hope. Anybody who does not know what the Itihasas are? Anybody? Okay. So you do know, so we're going to keep going. So let's go to, I need a volunteer to help me with reading this. I'm going to give turn to each one of you. Who's going to go first? Nobody? Nobody brave enough to just read this? Okay. Let's give to Saumi. Aparajita, next page I will give you. Or, yeah, go ahead, Saumi. Read the heading and read this.
Vishwamitra, recognized as the Raja Rishi, kingly sage. Vishwamitra, a king who was angry and upset about being defeated by a wise sage named Vashishta, Vishwamitra decided to go on a spiritual journey to the southern part of the country with his queen. During this journey, he only ate fruits and vegetables and performed highly remarkable spiritual practices. As a result of his spiritual journey, Vishwamitra was blessed with 4 sons who were honest, brave, and virtuous. Their names were Havispanda, Madhusnanda, Dritanetra, and Maharatha. The sons followed their father's path and lived a life of self-control and discipline. After 1,000 years of spiritual practice, Vishwamitra was finally recognized by Brahma, the grandsire of all lokas. Brahma acknowledged Vishwamitra's spiritual achievements, called him a kingly sage. This recognition brought great joy to Vishwamitra, and he felt that his spiritual journey had finally paid off.
Soumi, awesome. All of you just give a good thumbs up or a clap. Thank you, Soumi, for reading. This is awesome reading, difficult words, some typos. You sailed through it nicely. Now I'm going to ask some questions, okay, on this. So the first question is, how did Vishwamitra achieve success? What do you think is the reason for Vishwamitra's success? Who can answer? I mean, there's no correct answer or anything. You can try. So Brahma called him Raja Rishi. So that is a significant achievement. So anybody knows who is a Rishi and what is a Raja Rishi and a Brahma Rishi? I'm not going to ask that question, but let's answer the first question. How did Vishwamitra achieve success? Okay, Srinandan?
Swami, as well as this, I also have a small question.
No, How did Vishwamitra achieve success?
Raja Rishi.
No. First, let us answer this question first. How did Vishwamitra achieve success?
1,000 years of spiritual practice.
Okay. Awesome. Aparajita?
And he
Yeah, Srinandan, that is okay for now. Let's give somebody else a chance. Aparajita, anybody, anything you want to say?
His perseverance and state of mind.
Awesome. Anybody else? Okay. See, I think both of you were right. So after 1,000 years of spiritual practice, he was finally recognized by Brahma and was called the kingly sage. This highlights the importance of spiritual practice, self-control, and discipline in one's life. So this is the most important lesson for us right now. So you have to persevere. And not only that, you have to have discipline. So that is what this is talking about. Now, the next question. What are some of the challenges which Vishwamitra faced in his spiritual quest? Anybody knows? So, Aparajita, I know you're raising the hands. I'm not sure. Anybody? Okay, Govindarajan.
That's actually my dad's name. My name's actually Srina.
Sorry, what is your name?
My name's actually Srina, but
okay, go ahead.
I think the answer is maybe he faced an asura or someone bad.
Good guess. So I'll tell you what it is. So Vishwamitra had, you see the first sentence here, Vishwamitra was a king. He fought against Vasishta. Okay. So I did not tell the backstory. I was hoping whether you know the backstory or not, but I'll tell you as a king, he had been defeated by Vasishta in the ashrama of Vasishta. Okay. That's a good thing to read. But what happened is he again and again faced the negative emotions. You will see more in the story. Let's keep check on those, unhealthy behavior of jealousy, anger, all these. Why? Because it will cloud our own judgment. I'm just telling something ahead of time here. So, Srinath, you want to say something?
I don't have anything to say.
Sorry, I thought you raised your hand. Okay.
I forgot to lower it.
No problem. Okay. So what is very important is one needs to manage these emotions and focus on the positive aspects. Okay. Here, in this case, the positive aspect would have been Brahma blessed him with a Raja Rishi title. He should be happy. Sorry. Now going back to Srinandan. Srinandan, you had a question about Raja Rishi and Brahma Rishi and something like that?
Well, it says over here that he was happy that he became a Raja Rishi, but yes. I've read stories and it says that he was upset that he wasn't a Brahma Rishi.
Yeah, that is going to come in the next slide. So first he thought, yes, you're right. That is exactly what is going to happen. Why? We will see. He's happy right now. When Brahma came and blessed him, he's happy, he's elated. But very soon, that is what happens. Somebody else? Who is going to read next? Think? Aparajita? Okay.
Should I read it?
Yeah.
Okay. But Vishwamitra found out that...
No. Read the heading, please.
Oh, okay, sorry. Vishwamitra gets the opportunity to help Trishanku. But Vishwamitra found out that the Devas did not acknowledge his achievements despite his immense devotion. He was filled with disappointment and began to doubt the value of his hard work. He thought that if his devotion did not yield the desired result, he will prove his capability in some other way. Around the same time, there was a king named Trishanku who wanted to perform a very special yajna that would allow him to go to Swarga with his physical body. He went to the great sage Vashishta to ask for his help, but Vashishta told him that it was impossible. Trishanku left him in anger. Then Trishanku went and asked the 100 sons of sage Vashishta to help him perform a yajna that would take him to Swarga with his physical body. They told him that their father Vasishta was the most respected sage. Trishanku was upset and told them he will find somebody else. In response, the sons of Vasishta cursed him to become a base and unworthy person.
Thank you. Awesome. This is the good speed. You should go slowly many times. Some can read fast, but sometimes you have to understand each and every line. That will be very, very helpful. For those who are joining just now, we are asking those who want to read and give you opportunity to read. So that is what I just wanted to say. You should raise your hands using the Zoom for me to call you. Just I want to let you know that, okay? Those who are joining. Now we are going to see some questions right on this, what we learned just now, right? So what is Swarga? So Trishanku was telling that I want to go to Swarga with my physical body as is. Now, what is Swarga? Okay, Srinandan is raising the hand. Srinandan?
Swargaloka is Devaloka.
Okay. All right. I was trying to see. Okay, Sriman?
Swargaloka is, it's like, yeah, something like Devaloka, but where if you had a good life on earth, you go there.
Awesome. I like the second part of the answer more, yeah, Swargaloka is Devaloka, but we want to understand a little more about it. Who lives there? Devas live because it is Devaloka. Any particular person you can think of in the Devaloka at least? Indra? Anybody? Yeah, right? Okay, Sriman, go ahead.
I was going to say Indra.
Okay, very good. All the Devas you can think of, you can say too. Okay, all right. So let's see this definition of, so Swarga is in the celestial realm of Devas or celestial beings, where the virtuous souls go after death to enjoy long happiness and pleasures. It is believed that those who attain Swarga will enjoy beautiful palaces and other heavenly luxuries. Okay, so that is what, that's good enough. We don't need to go into unnecessary details right now about what is Swarga. Okay, all right. The key thing is, if you have done good things, you will end up in Swarga. If you do bad things, you will end up in Naraka or other such dangerous places. We're going to learn more, right? Okay. Why were the sons of sage Vasishta angry? Anybody? Raise your hands. Then I will give you a chance. So here we see what happened. Trishanku went to, okay, Trishanku went to, okay, I think, all right, Krishna, go ahead.
Trishanku went to Vashishta, but he was angry when he told him that it was impossible. So he went to Vashishta's 100 sons, and the sons told him that their father Vashishta was the most respected sage. Trishanku was upset and told them he will find someone else. In response, the sons of Vashishta and cursed him to become a base and an unworthy person.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you for exactly telling the answer. But my question is there a reason why they need to be angry? Okay, let's try Sriman.
Because like he got angry at them for not helping him, but Sage Vashishta said it was impossible, and they said they
If
he will
okay,
find someone else.
yeah, okay, maybe okay, Goda.
I think maybe because like Trishanku was disrespecting their father.
Awesome. That's right. That is the answer. You can't. So it is very disrespectful, folks, first to go to a great sage, and a great sage told something, okay? And what you have to believe, trust the sage. You can't say, oh, you don't know enough, let me go to somebody. Is that nice or appropriate? No. That's what Trishanku did. Not only that, he went to, the sons of Vasishta and then told, okay, are you going to help me? They said, no, my father our father is a great person. Then he said, no, I'm going to find somebody else, even more insulted. That means he doesn't even trust those sons of Vasishta. It's totally disrespectful and lack of belief on a teacher or guide. This is a very, very important thing. When your Acharya says, is he saying for your good or is he saying for his good? No, he's saying for the good of the Sishyas and disciples, not for any other reason. His Acharya told similar way to him, so on and so forth. That is how we have the unbroken chain of succession of Sishyas, Gurus, Sishya. This is called the Guru Parampara. That is the trust based on which the Guru Parampara is built. Okay? And also, why did he say it is not the right thing? It's because this is not a norm. It's against the laws of nature. Okay? So now this may be a tough question. So I'm going to show the answer. Trishanku's original name is Satyavrat. There is another person you might have heard called Satyavrat in some other stories, but this name is also. The Trishanku is a name. How he got it is he made 3 sons. When he had already misbehaved in the kingdom, his father exiled him. That's the backstory. We didn't read about it. His inappropriate attitude to his guru, that is Vasishta, showing anger to Vasishta's sons for not going along with his plan. All these show actually the mistakes he has committed. Very grave mistakes, right? Let's go to the next one. Next, who wants to read this? Anybody?
Can Hiranmai read?
Hiranmai? Okay, Hiranmai, go ahead.
Vishwamitra prepares to perform the yajna. After Trishanku was rejected by Vasishta and his sons, he went to the powerful Vishwamitra. When Vishwamitra saw the state of the king, who had been transformed into an unworthy person and had been abandoned by his ministers, subjects, and retinue, he felt sympathetic towards him. Vishwamitra spoke to the king and pointed out that he had been cursed to a state of unworthy, not only from his kingship, but also from his heavenly enjoyments. Vishwamitra orders his sons to organize the arrangements for the yajna and invite all the eminent sages who are well read in many Vedas to assist in the yajna. Many Vedic scholars refused to participate in the yajna because Trishanku had been cursed. and had become an unworthy and was no longer fit to perform Vedic yajnas. Sage Vishwamitra was infuriated and curses sons of Vasishta. Out of fear, few sages came, even though they knew that Trishanku was not eligible to.
We didn't hear the last sentence, but it's okay. Eligible to perform the ritual. Awesome. Fantastic. Fantastic reading. Vagishan, I will give you the chance. I think you also want to read, correct?
Yes.
Thank you. Next slide, you will read, okay? I'll give you the chance. Okay. Why was Vishwamitra sympathetic to Trishanku? Why should Vishwamitra say, okay, let us try to help? Tell me, Sriman.
Because he was a state of king and he got transformed into an unworthy person, so he felt bad for him.
Okay, awesome. That's actually a beautiful answer. Anybody else? Okay, so he had himself gone through similar problems like Trishanku. He was defeated by Vasishta, all those things. That is, keep in mind that, okay? So next question, I'm going to ask a tough question. Why are many sages need to perform a yajna? Anybody who can raise your hands, I'll give you a chance. I know already we have one hand up of Sriman. Before I give him a chance, I want to see if anybody else. Try, there is no harm. If you don't know the answer, it's okay. But you shouldn't give up trying. Okay, Srinandan.
It's just a guess. No, I'm just guessing, but I think many are needed because it could be that at least one or two will be sacrificed.
Okay, very, very interesting answer. Okay, good try. Okay, another Sriman? No, other Sriman. 1 minute, Sriman, I'll come to you in 1 second. There's one more Sriman raising the hand.
They might need a lot of rishis because they want like the mantras to be very accurate, and they need multiple people to do all the different tasks, like
wow,
ready all the ingredients.
Wow, that is amazing answer. Okay, Sriman.
That's really what I was about to say.
Yeah, glad that we saved it for the other Sriman too. Okay, good job, guys. Good job. Fantastic. All of you are so good. I'm impressed, pretty impressed. So first you need to learn how the yajnas are done. Yajnas have different roles and responsibilities. There's a Yajamana, who's the sponsor. Then Advaryu, Hotri, Udgatri, Brahma, many Ritviks or Ritvig. Pronunciation is varied many times, so I put Ritvij. You can make it Ritvik too. These are the people. So some sing the, Samaganam. Some do the Rig Veda mantras, chant it. Some others follow the Yajurveda and assemble the altar. A lot of different tasks. You see, that is why we need a lot of different people to help in this. All right? Let's keep moving. Okay. So, Vagishan.
Vishwamitra then speaks to the
Oh,
sage.
no. Heading. You have to tell the heading.
Vishwamitra sends Trishanku towards Swarga.
Awesome.
Vishwamitra then speaks to the sages who had come and advises them to conduct a Vedic yajna in such a way that Trishanku can reach the Swarga with his mortal body. The great sages discussed among themselves about the right way to conduct the yajna. They carried out all the ceremonies with the appropriate methods as per the Kalpa Sutra that lays down the rules for conducting such yajnas. Vishwamitra was the principal officiator of the yajna. Though the Vedic rituals were completed, Vishwamitra was unable to convince the devas to accept the offerings of the yajna. He decided to use his own ascetic power to help Trishanku go to Swarga with his mortal body. O Trishanku, now you shall see the potency of my ascetic power, which I have. Vishwamitra said so to Trishanku. Trishanku soared towards the gates of Swarga with his mortal body before the very eyes of the other sages.
Awesome. So this is what is happening. Very, very interesting situation. What is a yajna and why devas need to accept it? Anybody? Other than anybody want to try? Be brave. Any chance? Anybody else? Okay, Sriman. We will give Sriman. Okay, Srinandan.
A yajna is a fire sacrifice, and the devas need to accept it because Agni is one of them.
Okay, Sriman.
Devas need to accept it because the rishi, I think they have to show respect to the rishis who are doing the yajna, and they can't if they argue with the rishis, then they'll get cursed, Savam, like.
Okay.
Vishwam.
Good try, but let us see, right? So yajnas are performed to please the devas. So yajnas are not performed to curse the devas, but to please the devas. Okay? And the offerings are made to them. You must have seen many yajnas. There are many other forms of yajnas. We are not going to discuss all items that can be used for yajnas, but ghee, grains, and other items, right? You have seen, many of you have seen the homams and yajnas in the past.
If you do Samitakanam, then you know what the.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. I really like that answer. Okay, so now the question is, the concept is that the devas accept these offerings and in return bless the sacrifice with some prosperity, happiness, even Swarga after death and whatnot, right? All these kind of things. But if you have to go to Swarga, you need to give up this current body. Okay, that is given. All right. So the priests performing the yajna act as the go-between, right? Between the sacrificer and the devas. The acceptance of the offerings by devas is a sign of the satisfaction, of their satisfaction and approval. That is only when it is considered complete and fulfilled. So here what happens? All the people did it. But why do you think devas did not accept it? I don't know if that is the question. Okay, but that is not the question. I'll tell you why. Because Trishanku was not qualified. That is the problem. He was not eligible. If you incur Guru's wrath and anger or Guru's children, it's the same thing. It's as bad. Devas will not accept anything. That's it. That is what Vishwamitra said. Vishwamitra tried to say in the previous slide, if you've seen, let me just go back for a second. He said, you know, not only from your kingship you have been cursed, but also from heavenly enjoyments, first paragraph, last line. Why? Because it forbids you from doing the yajna. That is the challenge. Okay. Anybody heard about Kalpa Sutras? Anybody heard about any sutra for that matter? You must have heard about some Griha Sutras if you are doing, some sutras if you are doing Abhivadi, you say which sutra you are in. Some of you might have gone through that. But this Kalpa Sutra is slightly different kind of a thing, very specific. It is one of the Vedangas. Vedas has some auxiliary. You can't study Vedas without learning grammar, meter, certain other things, right? Siksha, Chandas, Vyakaranam, Nirukta, okay, Jyotisham, and then Kalpa Sutras. The Kalpa Sutras are a group of Vedic texts that contain the rules for conducting the Vedic rituals, including the construction of altars and making the offerings, and which, hymns to recite when and everything. All right? Okay, so next, this is, who's going to read this? Any volunteers? Okay, Krishna, go ahead.
Think Vishwamitra creates new Loka Trishanku Swargam. Seeing Trishanku, Indra and all the other devas exclaimed, "O Trishanku, you have no place in Swarga. Cursed by your guru, you fall headlong to the earth." Trishanku accordingly instantly began to fall towards the earth, crying out to Sri Vishwamitra, "Protect me, protect me." Sri Vishwamitra grew angry and called out, "Stay, stay." Vishwamitra reflected, "I will now clone an alternative Indra, or let that Loka remain without any Indra." And when he is about to proceed to clone even Devas, the Devas were startled. The Devas and celestial beings, bewildered and perturbed, approached Vishwamitra and reasoned with humility. Vishwamitra said, "Let there be this new Swarga like Loka for Trishanku, that he can remain with his worldly body. And as long as Swarga Loka remains, let this Loka also remain in this place. I will be apt of you all to accept it." And the Deva said, "Be it so, O illustrious Rishi."
So what is happening? So think about it. Today you are going to moon, but you need a spaceship. A spiritual spaceship was made by literally Vishwamitra, put the person in, sent him to a far-off place. Okay. Now Devas are rejecting him. He's falling back. Vishwamitra, it is tapobalam. So stop. Right? He said, "Stay there." And listening to the words, because of his tapobalam, Trishanku was in the midway between the Surga and here. And that is believed to be somewhere around the constellation called Crux in the southern hemisphere. Okay, more research is needed to understand which one it is, but descriptions are given even in Ramayana and other places. So that is what we are going to try to. Just a second. Okay. So basically, it is in the mid-air now. In this Loka, just like in Moon, when Neil Armstrong went, he had the body. That way he could live in this world. But if you have to go to the Swargaloka, you can't be in that form. Why? Because not that Devas did not allow him to go. In those places, you can't have this body to visit because it's in a different, dimension. Okay, that's how much I'm going to say. All right. So you see that a little bit how he's saying stay or stop in between. So that's what is the right picture showing. Now we will talk about few things here. So I want to, this is very important story for you all. Swargaloka is just one of the lokas. We know there are other lokas. Okay. I'm just trying to ensure we will complete this session. So anybody knows there are other lokas? Okay, Sriman. Oh, sorry, two Srimans are there. Hang on. Let's do Vagishan first. Vagishan, you want to say? Or that is from a different time? The hands up.
It was for the other loka.
Other one? Okay, Srinandan?
Brahmaloka.
Okay, awesome.
I was
Okay,
gonna
the
say
other
that.
Sriman? We'll give the other Sriman a chance.
Shivaloka.
Shivalokam, okay,
I have one.
okay.
Bhuloka.
Man, I really love that answer. Sometimes you forget yourself. Okay, that's great. Okay, the other Sriman, please tell.
I think it's Buhu, Buaha, Suaha, Maha, Tapaha, and something.
Janaha Tapaha.
Janaha, Tapaha.
Awesome. Actually, that is exactly what it is. Okay, we're going to go into the details in a bit, but there is down below. Bhuloka is ground floor. You have the buildings up, so you go floor 1, floor 2. Topmost is the Satyaloka or the Brahmaloka. You go below, -1, -2, some have, basement and so on, like that. So till -7 we have, that is the Patala Loka. Okay, we're not going to go into all those things. I'm going to go into details of just the picture, how it looks for a second. Topmost the Brahmaloka, then you have the Janaloka, Maharloka, Swarloka are the same thing. A little bit, missing here. I don't know where is the Bhuloka is put, but Borloka is not here very clearly mentioned. But we will talk about it in a bit. Anybody wants to say something or ask?
There's Bhuloka.
Yeah, Bhuloka is there, but Buaha, that is what Borloka is what I'm saying. Missing in this picture, we'll fix it, okay, in the future. All right, but the point is there's whole thing below that the Vishnu Purana says there is it's supported by Adisesha. Actually, there is a Kurma, Adisesha, all things. Now, most important thing, this is one Brahmanda. This Brahma is there. This is called one Brahmanda. Now, there are many, many, many Brahmandas. Each one has a Brahma. So can you think that Brahma is the ultimate? No. Can you think that Indra is the ultimate? No. Why? We will see in a second. Not only because it is only local to that Brahmanda, like a branch office, but I'm going to tell you something. We'll come back to this just a second. I'll go into the 3 transitory realms. It's very important for you to know. The Bhuloka, which we spoke about, the Bhuarloka, and the Swarloka, which is the Deva Loka. So this is the realm, of light, and forget about all the details, but the most important thing is these 3 lokas are destroyed at the end of the day of Brahma. Gone. 3 lokas consumed by the fire. We'll go here, see for a second. You see, till Swarloka, Bhuloka, Borloka, Swarloka, gone in the fire that starts at the end of the day of Brahma. Brahma has 365 days. That makes 1 year. Like that, Brahma lives for 100 years. So each end of each day of Brahma, all the three gone till Swarloka. Now what happens? What does that mean? Right? These are transitory places. Different people live at these, but it is not, permanent. So why you will go to a non-permanent place? No need. So some go to Maharloka, but you can't live in Maharloka. When the fire is burning or total explosion and destruction of the three lokas are happening, this becomes super hot. The Makarloka becomes hot. So they have to go. This is temporary. You can't live here permanently. They go to Janaloka. Even here, they hear or feel the impact of even the Swarloka getting destroyed. People coming here, rushing here from the Maharloka. And you feel the pity and the pain because of, you feel for the people that whose life are gone and all the things happening. So Tapoloka, there is no such feeling. You're isolated and you are focusing on penance. That is why it is called Tapoloka. And finally, the Satyaloka, where Brahma resides. Brahma can travel anywhere. Of course, he travels anywhere. But those in the Swarloka cannot even understand and imagine Janaloka. Okay? You have a question, Sriman? Anybody has questions?
Brahma's one, so like 1 year for us is like kind of like 1 minute for Brahma in Brahmaloka.
Yeah, very, very. That is relativistic time concept. We are not going to cover that because we will run out of time. I want to cover one more thing. What did we learn today? Okay, very important thing I want to talk about before we go into one slide. Okay, just a second. What are the things we learned today? Okay, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to ask for examples. Do not desire what is against nature. Even if you have powerful friends, you will not achieve it. Anybody wants to give me an example from the story, what it means? Anybody? Let's say, okay. Only two people. Okay. Anirudh, do you want to say something? Try. What was unnatural? Okay. That's fine. Let's see. Srinandan, what is unnatural? Let me give you a chance.
What wasn't natural? So Trishanku wanted to go to Svargaloka in his earthly form, which is messing with the laws of nature.
That's it. That's the answer.
Just like Garfield said, you can't mess with the laws of nature.
So those who come forward to help you may have other motives. Just because someone is willing to help you does not mean they are your true friends, which is the example of this in the story. Okay, Shriman, who is raising the hand. Okay.
Wait, no.
Let's give the other Shriman a chance. Other Shriman, without video, non-video Shriman.
So yeah, the going to the other loka with the physical body is against the laws of nature.
This is a question I did not tell you, so this is a difficult one. So I'll tell you what it is. Vishwamitra had other motives to help. He's not really a friend in this case. He's doing something really dangerous for Trishanku. Imagine Indra and Vishwamitra will fight. What will happen to Trishanku? Trishanku will be shuttling back and forth. Okay? So that is why what happens is if you are going to take help of powerful people, they will decide your destiny. It's not who you are, you're not going to, They will decide it for you. So you have to be careful. Okay? So what happened? Vishwamitra is more powerful than Trishanku. Indra is more powerful than Trishanku. They two came to agreement and put you somewhere in the middle. So that is the challenge. Okay? This is a lesson you all need to remember. Be careful. Okay. Now, those who say no to you may be your true friend. One often feels angry when receives negative feedback, but it is important to reflect on the reasons for the negative feedback. Goda, go ahead.
When Vashishta said no to Vishwamitra.
Awesome. Very, very good. Very good. That is what you have to think about it. Somebody says something, hey, that was not good. You need to think.
You mean to Trishanku, not Vishwamitra?
Yeah, for Trishanku, but Vasishta said to Trishanku, Trishanku should think, hey, he's trying to help me. He's trying to tell the right way. You can't say, oh, he said no, he's a bad guy. No, that's not in life also very important. You have to accept these kind of things. Okay? And you also need to tell your friend is going to say something crazy, going to help him constructively. No, let's not do that. Okay? It's very important many times in life. Constructively do the things. Okay? All right. So we already saw that. Yeah, this we saw. But I'll tell you one final thing that is very important. Swarga is impermanent and Swarga itself is subject to destruction. We should aspire for moksha, or what is also known as Sri Vaikuntha. That is the moral, biggest moral. You aspire for something which is just a little longer, but it is still temporary. What is that good for? A clever person, an intelligent person will not do that, right? So now let us understand beyond the transitory limbs. And so before we go there, what happens to Brahmaloka? So read the last line. So till the end of Brahmanda, they can live there. When 100 years of Brahma, boom, Brahma is gone. Who's the next Brahma? Anybody? Who's the next Brahma? Nobody?
Hanuman?
Yeah, they say Hanuman. Yeah, something like that, but we don't know. Yeah. But so that means Brahma himself is gone and God knows what he's going to become. Right? So these are the challenges, impermanent. Even Brahmaloka is impermanent. 100 years of his life, he's gone. The whole world is gone. Everything is gone. Why would we be there? Now that is where the transcendental realm of Vaikuntha, the supreme abode of Vishnu. So what we say, Tat Vishnoho Paramam Padam. So the highest loka, abode. And we say, Sada, yeah, Shriman, go ahead, tell me.
Pashanti Surya Hadavi Vichakchurata.
So, Sada, you are seeing forever the divine effulgence, solar like effulgence from the Perumal, especially the Tirumeni and his Divya Mangala Vigraha. So each of these previous films are for karmic experiences. You just experience your karma, good and bad, go through all these hell, heaven, all these things. But ultimate, liberation or moksha, which is regarded as the highest goal, is the journey to Vaikuntha. We will only aspire that. Now, for going to Swargaloka, Trishanku went to who? Vasishta and others, so on and so forth. For going to Vaikuntha, who do we go to?
Perumal.
Okay.
You do Sharanagati?
Acharya.
Acharya. There you go. You can ask and approach Perumal directly. Some very, very great people.
You can do Sharanagati.
Yeah, that is we just go to the Acharya. Acharya is going to tell us what we need to tell. Yeah, somebody else? Okay, so that brings us to the end of this session. So thank you all for participating. Yeah, tell me, Sriman, you had a question?
Vaikuntham and Paramapadam are actually the two Divya Deshams that are not on earth. The 100.
Yeah, so Paramapadam is called Vaikuntham too. The other one is called Tirupar Kadal. Okay, so Tirupar Kadal or the Milky Ocean. This is a good question. Let me show you the example. Okay, very important for you all to understand this concept. Let me show you that, what it means. Okay, very, very important concept. Give me a second. So you see, Perumal is not in any one of these Brahmandas on the right side. He's in a different realm. But what he likes to do, a CEO of a company can have many branches. Perumal wants to go and visit any one of the branches, or he has an office in those branches. That is called Tirupar Kadal. He himself stays there to maintain that universe as Vishnu. Okay, so of course he's in a beyond realm. I did not paint that picture. I wish I anticipated the question. So think about it. Every Brahmanda is like a separate location. You know, you can think of a CEO of a company having branch in New York, Austin, you know, San Francisco, wherever. And then he has an office and a cabin for him. And Perumal can be simultaneously be in multiple places, unlike us. So he's there. So the absolute Vaikuntham is Paramapadam, and the Tirupar Kadal is the branch within that Brahmanda. Okay? All of you got it?
Yep.
Any questions? Awesome. Okay, Sriman, tell me.
What is the difference between Devas and Devatas?
Devas and Devatas are exactly same. So let me tell you this way. There are many class of celestial beings. There are Kinnaras, Yakshas, Apsaras, Gandharvas, so many different things. Now, what happens if you pray to Indra and try to be his big fan? Indra is not going to tell you, oh, you are my big fan, you go to Brahmaloka. No, he's not crazy. He's going to say, oh, come to me, come to Indraloka. Now, if you are praying to somebody is doing like that to some other Gandharva, they will go to Gandharva Loka. Say Shiva, Shiva Loka. Those are different realms within the Swarga Loka, within the Swar. There are higher realms. So within that big band of things, you can have. So that is what happened. Vishwamitra put not in Devaloka, but somewhere in between, tried to create an alternative, set of Devas also. That is what, oh my God, that's not correct. These are all the Leelas of Perumal giving that power, teaching the Devas and the Maharshis certain things. What is Vishwamitra famous for? Anybody can answer that question? Hang on, Sriman. Anybody else? Vishwamitra is famous for, Srinandan, go ahead.
He took Rama around and traveled around, and it was it was on his travels with Vishwamitra that Rama pulled the great bow, picked up the great bow of Shiva and got to marry Sita.
Awesome. Totally awesome. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Go ahead, Vagishan.
Maybe because of his ascetic powers.
No. What is he? Yeah, he's well known. But what is he famous for? Okay. Shriman.
He gets angry easily.
Okay. His anger is also famous. I'll tell you something, guys. Okay, Krishna, tell me.
He was Rama's Acharya.
Okay. In some ways, he did give him the Atibala and Bala and divine weapons. So he is Acharya, but the official teacher was Vasishta. Okay. The official teacher for the princess was Vasishta. Okay. Good try. Aparajithan.
It was because of his time with Rama, and also he was like one of the rishis that was given the opportunity to unite Tayar and Perumal together.
Absolutely. That is great. Already Srinandan, I think, told.
Swami Desikan was actually Vishwamitra Gotha.
Yeah, that is a good thing. But listen, Vishwamitra is famous because he is one of the Vedic seers of the Rig Veda, in which in that particular mandala only we have the Gayatri mantra. That is why he is well known as a Vedic Rishi. You all need to remember this. Even though he is a great character, coming in all over the place in a lot of these Puranas and Itihasas, Vishwamitras, he is called Vishwamitra. That means friend of everybody. Vishwamitra. His real name is Kaushika. He was given the Vishwamitra because of his great contribution of rediscovering the Gayatri Mantra and giving to mankind. Okay, and other seers and devas too, everybody, Gayatri Mantra. He's one of the 24 people who is considered to really know the meaning of Gayatri Mantra. Okay, so very, very important. It's a very important. Every day what we do in the Sandhya is a upasana. If you do that well, you are satisfying the Perumal. It's a very, very big deal. So we follow using the Japam. Okay, that is Gayatri Japam. Of course, in Ahobila Mutt Sampradayam, you need to add also the Mula Mantram along with that in your Japam. So that is what it is. But just wanted to share that important fact in this beautiful story of Vishwamitra and Trishanku. Okay, thank you all. So all of you, I wanted to say we are hoping and planning for a quiz around Ramayana quiz in around, I don't know what exactly is the date, around closer to Ramanavami. Ramanavami is on 30th. The weekend before that, most likely the 25th is a Saturday. Mama will confirm. If that is the case, a few of the teachers of these classes will come together and have Ramayana quiz. So I'll tell you, I want you all to be ready after reading the Ramayana. We will have some interesting stories and quizzes on Ramayana. Let us celebrate Ramanavami, the whole Ugadi to Ramanavami, beautiful 9 days, reading about the glories of Rama. Okay? Thank you. Jai Shri Ram. Right? Aparajita, you want to say anything? Hello. Adiyan.
No, Adiyan, we had accidentally.
No problem. Blessed to have a great interactive session with you all. Very, very nice children. We just wish you all the best. to continue your journey. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Aryan.
Aryan.
Bye.